Hello there, welcome to Coast to Sean. It's time for day 2 of our Alton Towers trip. Now, we've come into the park early via the back entrance. Obviously, we stayed last night in the Stargazer pods and we went straight to Nemesis Reborn. We ran there and we did get at the very front of the queue. We were the first on the ride, so we went to the very front row, front left. A brilliant ride, obviously great for the views. Also, it's not as... there is a rattle on Reborn since it's come back. Only on the last corner. The rest of the ride's perfectly smooth, but there was, when you're at the front you don't even notice the rattle. A really good ride. Like I say, we were the first ride of the day. The weather today's not quite as hot as yesterday. I've got a hoodie on at the moment, but we're hoping the weather stays good, and we're going to get lots planned in for today. Just a word of note as well, we have just noticed that the David Walliams land doesn't open till 11 AM now, so some of them rides are close to later on. There is details of it on the app, which is good, so we know that's going on. And remember, if you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe on the video. It'd be great to help. Thanks. Bit of controversy down in Forbidden Valley. We've got the campaigners.
Seek the truth. Seek the truth. Seek the truth. Come! Where are they? Post it everywhere. What are they hiding? What? What? Alright. Alright. That was going anyway. Yeah. We've got a right to peaceful protest. Yeah.
We're still down in Forbidden Valley. It's just nice to see that they're still continuing to improve. So I'm just opposite Bunker 94, which is a shop that's dedicated to Nemesis Reborn. What they've done now is they've actually, this used to be grass, they've actually put some wood chip down and just added a couple of benches. So we've got another little picnic area, which is obviously a nice addition to the area. It's nice on a day like today as well. It gives you you've got a bit of sun cover underneath the trees. There's Project Ocean over there behind the fence, and then, like I say, Bunker 94.
Hello!
Blade is the oldest operating ride in the park now. Believe it or not, it is as old as me. It was coming to the park in 1980, along with Corkscrew. Obviously, Corkscrew is now gone, taken out of the park, but Blade lives on. So yeah, like I say, it's its 44th year, so it's done well. In front of me is a Skyride station. Obviously, I've mentioned it in previous videos that this is closed for the year. The park have come out and let us know. It's a shame because, I mean, obviously it's a great ride to get around. It's also nice just to have a ride. But yeah, the ongoing works continue for the rest of the season. Going into X Sector, as you can hear, the soundtrack of Smiler dominates the area. Smiler 2013 Gerstlauer Eurofighter. Its sister coasters at Thorpe Park, this is Saw. I'm just at the bottom of X Sector, which used to be halfway down X Sector, but obviously the bottom half now is cordoned off, waiting for improvements. I've just been on Smiler. Smiler obviously is the 14 loop coaster. It's been in the park since 2013. Great coaster. What I would say is, I feel bad saying anything negative. It's like I'm picking on a family member, but it's getting rough. I was on the back row of my car. Now I don't know if it's different from car to car, but the car I had, I mean, like I said, back row, it was rough. Even before the vertical lift hill, it was rattling. I mean, that's normally the smooth half. The second half's always been rough, but 3 corners from the end, it really does get uncomfortable. I mean, the man next to me actually commented and said it hurt his shoulder. I don't know if the warm weather makes it worse or what, but a great ride, but yeah, it's getting rough now. The sister coaster for it, saw at Thorpe Park as well, that's known for being rough. While I'm just down in X sector, I will just mention as well that obviously the bottom of X sector at the moment is closed off, waiting for improvements. We've had some rides taken out there. The retro squad come out at the end of the year. We're in X sector. It's quite busy. I mean, it is a peak day, it's Sunday, but we've got people sat on rocks and sat on coats on the concrete floor and things. I mean, we've got half of X sector closed off where we could put benches in, yet we've got people, like I say, making makeshift camps on concrete floors. Maybe that's something we could do a bit better with. Anyway, enough negativity. I'm going to get on Oblivion now, my favourite ride. I've just rode Oblivion there. It was advertised on a 40-minute queue. It wasn't quite 40 minutes, I got straight through. It's just going to come down in the background. Like I say, Oblivion was the original dive machine. It was the first one on the planet to do the vertical drop, and here it comes. Wow. And that's Oblivion. I've just done a ride on Wicker Man. The queue advertised as we went in there at 30 minutes. It was slightly longer than that, but when we come off the queue I changed to 40 minutes, so obviously the queue is getting slightly longer. But yeah, it's about a 35-minute wait for Wicker Man. Now we're going over to Battle Galleon to get cooled off. Just a nice touch there. I'm just outside the welcome in down near Wicker Man. We're just looking to get some water from the refill stations. There is a massive queue. It's so warm. The ladies just come out of the shop that's nearby and said, you know, don't queue up. Everyone can cross the shop and now get your water out the tap. So that was a nice touch. Something they didn't have to do, but obviously sensible in this weather, making sure that everyone keeps hydrated and giving out water. Nice touch. Thank you, Alton Towers. On a day like today, when the sun's shining, you can't beat Catania Canyon, the entrance to it. Still looks great. It's obviously got the wild rhubarb up at the top end still. Now, many years ago I remember there was remote control boats on this lake, but they're long gone now. So it's on our way up to into Catania Canyon. We're going to go on the Congo River Rapids. The queue is at 45 minutes, but it is to be expected on a day like today. Obviously the weather's really warm. Right, let's get into Catania Canyon. Obviously being in the grounds that it is at Alton Towers, something that sets it apart from other parks is the wildlife you get in the park. So as you can see, we've got some small baby geese, and we're just actually watching this poor little one there couldn't get up into out the water. But as well as the geese in this pond, you can see because of the warm weather the ginormous fish are there. Now I'm not a fisherman, I don't know what fish they are, but they're massive. There's a lot of them. You can actually buy fish food from the side of the lake, £1 a handful, and you can feed the fish. Some of them fish look like they're big enough to eat some of them baby geese. As summer goes on, we'll probably see more things introduced to the park, but just down on the piece of grass down here, last year there was a ice cream van and some chairs and tables set out. Now they have all been put away, so I don't know if that's just to give the grass a chance to recover, but hopefully that'll come back, because I did sit there last year a few days and have an ice cream. But they are getting the grass repaired now. Obviously it was a busy season last year. Right, let's go over into Dark Forest. I've only just realised today, after coming to the park, all these signs, that if you do just stand just inside underneath the portal of Forbidden Valley, you can actually see 13. That's the top of the lift hill there. That's the only part of the ride that you can actually see. Obviously the design of the ride, it is buried in the forest. That's the whole thing of the ride. The whole backstory is that if you go down to the woods, you better not go alone. But there's the top of 13, just going over the lift hill now. But that is the only part of the ride you can see from anywhere in the park. That's 13. Just had a ride on Rita. Really good ride, obviously not 16, 2.5 seconds. I was on the back row. I don't know if the warm weather today is making the rides a little rough. I mean, it was quite rough all the way around, but nothing too intense. Right, I'm on my way to the front of the park now. We're going to go into Towers Trading, get some sweets and start the journey home. So I'm going to wrap up there, and I've got one thing left to say. If you have a frown, it's time to get upside down. See you in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.